Hi, we are going to run through the setup and operation of the Dynavox real quick for our new provider, Project Redirect. So, Maria Matrone in her power wheelchair. We'll talk about power wheelchair in the next video. This is just going to run up the setup of her Dynavox, Tobii Dynavox they're called, i15. So Maria will probably arrive at work in this state, and the mount will be, it might look like that, or it might look like this, okay? So the mount is placed right here. This slide part slides into this piece, and then it locks in place with this little bar, and you lock it like that. So now it won't come out. This then can also go like this, okay? And this is the mount for the Dynavox itself. We call it a Dynavox, it's actually a Tobii Dynavox, but we've had Dynavox before they merged, so it's always known to us as a Dynavox. So on the back of this is what's called a quick mount or a slide mount. It's gonna slide onto this piece. You have to line it up like this, and you hear it click. This is the quick disconnect for it right here. Shay, I'm gonna have Shay, who's videotaping. This is how it disconnects. You can pull this like this, and then it's really good to kind of come at it from this angle. Hold the Dynavox so that it doesn't fall onto Maria. Pull this back with one hand, and then wiggle, wiggle off, okay? You can also put it back like that. To go at it from the front like this, put it on like that, and always wait for the click. You can always check it as well. If you needed to get this out of the way, let's say you need to change Maria or something, you can lift it straight up. Keep your hand on it all the time. This thing is the cost of a small car, and it will go out of the way like this. The Dynavox itself is a touch screen, so it's like a big giant cell phone. So it's a touch screen, so you gotta watch getting any dents or nicks or anything, because it will damage it, okay? On this side, we have, now it's off right now. So on this side, we have over here, let's go on this side, Shay. We have this button, the top button is how to turn it on. Green, go. So when it's green, it's turned on. When you are plugging it in to charge, this button will turn blue. Recently this summer, the button has turned red, saying that there's a heat warning. So if that goes on red, you have to power it off, shut it down, and let it cool down, okay? On this other side, this is how it will turn on when it's coming on. So it will go through the process, or you can hit Windows 10. We don't want to do a factory reset, obviously. So in the background of this device is a computer, and in the foreground of it is the Tobii Dynavox software. So when it comes up, you'll have a backdrop of a laptop, and then it'll go through the processes of turning itself on, and you have to wait for it to fire up and everything. It's a Windows 10. It's not the greatest computer in the background, so it operates rather slow. On this side over here, you have a volume up and a volume down button. So you'll see it has a little plus and a little minus on it, volume up, volume down. And as I said, this is saying that it's turned on, okay? So as you see, once you hit that operation button that says Windows 10, it will automatically load. This is called Communicator 5 software. So I'll show you on the desktop, if it doesn't automatically load, what you'll do to have it come up. So obviously you got all these features kind of do their thing and come up, okay? And wait like the, TikTok music till everything comes up. Now this is Maria's display. Oops, this is a music player on there. So as you could see, there's 2 pages for her home button, okay? For her home pages. This is one page. I'm going to block your eyes. Okay, so this is operated by eye gaze technology. Maria operates it by eye gaze technology. The cameras are down here. You probably can't see them in the video, but when she looks at the display, you can see how she's selecting and choosing things. How about try and close this calendar, okay? Then what she does is these cameras focus back on her eyes, and then it's reading her eyes. And when you see that little wheel, she has to stop long enough to be able to engage with the target. It has to stop and dwell. And when you see the dwell complete the cycle, then she selects what she wants to do. Okay, it's super important for her eyes to be lined up with this device. So you see how she's selecting up here. Okay, she's going to September. Let's close this, okay? She's going to different dates. Let's just close the calendar if you can, Maria. Okay, so you see how that operates. So I'm just going to show you some different features on this homepage. If you ever want to take control, you just block Maria's eyes, okay? So on this main display, there's a link to Facebook, which she can get on. Skype right now isn't working. Most of the things on this page she doesn't use that much, except she can receive and make phone calls from her cell phone that's stored in the back of the bag. She can get on Firefox with assistance. She's got the camera, okay? Mostly what she uses this is called a quick fire page, where she can do greetings. Say a couple of greetings, Maria. So you see how she operates it by stopping long enough to dwell on a box. Might be having some performance anxiety here.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
So these are called quick fires. The thing that's super important when you get Maria and after you transition her into her chair or reposition anything is to check
What's up?
the placement of her eyes
Goodbye.
from this side. Okay?
Goodbye.
So these buttons,
How's it going?
the top button will
What's
show
up?
you how to
It was
get
great seeing you.
to the Windows mode, okay? So that's the top button. And
What's
then you
up?
would minimize if you needed to
Hello.
get onto the desktop. Okay, let's
Hello.
stop a minute, Maria. The middle button is the gauge that shows you how to engage with her eyes, okay? So this is super important. This is a meter that's telling you where both of her eyes are. This meter has to be, her eyes have to be in the center of the black surface and in the center of the screen. If they're not in the center, you would do what
What's
I
up?
just did, where I moved her body a little bit, repositioned her body and her head. Now her head movement is dynamic, so it's not going to stay there. But if you know you've got good placement, this is about as perfect as it will get. You may need to move the chair back and forth a little bit to get it to line up a little bit more, or move her body back and forth to get the chair to line up, okay? So, and then to close that, you just literally close it, okay? So, if you saw Maria doing a lot of like movements and it was spinning and she wasn't talking and nothing was coming on, you would check that eye placement.
I'm hungry.
I would check that eye placement, okay? So that's kind of your go-to buttons. On the bottom, let's say Maria gets out of her desktop. Let's see if you can come on this angle, Shay. Let's say if by chance she's out of on her desktop and you're kind of like, oh boy, where do I go to get back to the Dynavox? You press this bottom button and it'll take you to your home page, which is this is considered your home page. This is your keyboard where she'll spell all kind of things and engage with all kind of things. So that's kind of a quick overview of things. Am I missing anything, do you think? In order to shut it off, you would go back to this button. So Maria's spelling something right now. We'll show you because you think it will take pretty quick for her to do it. She's actually really proficient at this, but it does take a little bit of time for her to be able to spell something that she wants to tell you. So you see in the time that I'm talking here, she's going to spell something that's pretty common for her. And I'll show you how she speaks it then.
I'm cold.
Okay.
I'm cold.
So that's
I'm
kind
cold.
of Dynavox 101 right there. Perfect. And what else? I think that's about it. In order to charge it, if you came in and the battery was low or had a low alarm, this is the battery levels under here. Okay, so this is at 3 bars. Both of them, these are 2 batteries. Then you would get and you would plug the batteries. Only one place it can go. So you can't really get messed up with that. The charger would go into the bottom port here. Okay? And
I'm cold.
That's kind of a fast and nasty Dynavox setup and operation. The end.